If you want to learn the most common question asked to me during a trade presentation, then stick around and we're going to reveal that question and the answer to help you become a better trader. The step-by-step method for how we overcome this trading frustration that so many retail traders struggle with on our desk, on our trading desk, is going to be revealed. This is not information the average retail trader has access to, so stick around. You're going to love this video. Hi, I'm Mike Bellafiore, Managing Partner of SMB Capital, a proprietary trading firm located in Midtown Manhattan. I'm also the author of the trading classic, One Good Trade and the Playbook. Click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of our trading videos produced for the trading community. What is the most common question asked to me during a trading presentation? A trader is going to raise their hand and ask, I have trouble following my stop loss for a trade. My emotions get in the way. How do I fix this? We'll stick around for the solutions on how to fix this trading issue. If you want to learn 4 more real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple setup that we teach all of our new traders, and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click this link to sign up for that webinar right now. You're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this trading workshop than years of online education. So what's the most common question asked to me during a trading presentation to retail traders? So I recently did an event in Chicago, and during this presentation, I left room to take Q&A from the audience. And in fact, I actually also built in a section of this presentation to solicit questions from the audience. And generally what I've been doing recently is I highlight how valuable the daily report card has been to our traders and to our trading firm. It was the MVP in 2017 for a trading firm in New York City. And I explain how to do the daily report card, and that essentially you find one issue you want to work on, you work on it intensively, you find solutions for that particular issue, and you give yourself a grade on that one particular issue. And then I ask the audience, hey, what's the one thing that you'd like to work on? And let's show you how to use the daily report card to overcome it. And I'm in Chicago. We got a great audience. And first question. Trader raises their hand. I'm having trouble with adhering to my stop losses. My emotions get in the way, and I'm losing too much money. How do I fix this? And, so I tend to follow up and say, well, why do you think this is an issue for you? And people tend to break it down into the highlighted issues above. They think it's about discipline. They think there's something wrong with me. They think I'm just not a good trader. Some traders think I'm just too emotional. Some traders think I just cannot accept trading losses. And these are the problems for why I can't hit my stops. And I'd like to offer a different way to look at that so we can get past this hurdle and help you to get trading better. And I'm sure some of you are out there saying, oh, Bella, do I really need to trade with stops? Don't some of the biggest institutional traders at Goldman Sachs, didn't they just double down and double down and double down? And my answer to do you really need to trade with stops is yes. And in fact, if you don't, you ought to go look for a new job. In fact, SMB YouTube, there's a great video that I put out about, it's just a frank conversation to you all, which basically is, if you can't solve the trading issues of adhering to your daily stop loss, you got to go find new work. Well, a stop on a trade is different, but you got to adhere to that too. There's a difference between a stop on a trade and an intraday stop overall for your trading. But you should have stops also for your trades. I work with a really large trader who is just so pleasurable to work with. He's a $3 million a year plus trader. And yesterday he ended up making $30,000. And in his daily report card to me, he lamented about this terrible trade that he had made in the after hours.
and he's just sort of trying to pick a bottom. And it was a stupid trade. He admitted it. I would agree it was a stupid trade. He shouldn't have been doing it. He made a mistake. He was trading outside his playbook, but he lost $15,000 in the trade. And because of the trader that he is, he made 45 in others. He lost 15. That was a stop for a particular trade, and he went home a big winner. He created guardrails for how to handle losing trades. And I can just tell you, at a prop firm or a hedge fund, we're not going to give you serious capital if you do not trade without guardrails. You're not scalable to us if you can't manage risk at lower levels. If you can't handle a stop loss on a trade of $500, you can't prove that you can handle that, we're not going to allow you to lose $1,000 on one particular trade. But if you can show that you can handle 1,000, we're going to let you try it at 2,000. And if you can show it at 2,000, we're going to let you try it at 3,000, all the way up to, we'll let traders risk $250,000 in a particular trade who have shown that they can handle their risk and who have shown that they've earned the right to have a larger stop on certain trades. But not until then. And I'd say another thing, which is if you're going to trade without stops, you're putting yourself in a situation to burn out. And I've seen this with a lot of traders. It really takes the fun out of trading to have such fluctuations in your P&L. If you're one of those guys who lets their stops run when trades are going against them, you can have a negative $50,000 day and a series of plus 10 and 5 and 15. And, you can go from being up 100 to up 50 to down 30 to up 80. That burns people out. That fluctuation is psychologically too taxing. And I'd ask you to think about, if you're a retail trader or a developing trader at a prop firm or at an arcade, or you're trading your own money, if we're not going to fund you, why would you fund you? We do this professionally. We're protecting our capital. Shouldn't you be smart enough to follow the dictates of what pros are doing in the professional trading space? And the last thing is, if you're not going to follow a stop loss, one bad trade can become a blow up. We've all seen the KBIOs, the DRYs, the VRXs, Facebook recently in our space. Things happen that don't make a lot of sense and can make a lot of sense for longer than you can stay liquid or solvent. All right, so that's the nature of markets. I actually was in the bathroom with one of our traders who was laughing about how there's a black swan event every week in this present marketplace, which obviously doesn't make any sense because the black swan is supposed to not happen that often. But there's seemingly a black swan every week. We're seeing a lot of unusual activity. All right, so live to play another day. I was at breakfast in Chicago. I was actually at breakfast in Chicago with one trader and at lunch with the same trader with a bunch of traders and this trader is a professional trader, and he gave advice to these younger guys. It's one of the guys that we fund. He's a Chicago options trader, and he was giving advice to a couple of Ohio up-and-coming traders. And he said, look, in trading, you got to live to play another day. And you do. And that's what stops allow you to do. So some solutions for how you fix this. Bella, I can't fix this. How do I fix this? All right. These are things that we've tried on our desk that have helped traders to overcome this issue. Write down your stop before entering the trade. Take out a piece of paper, write down what your stop's going to be, put it in front of you. That's helped a lot of traders. Enter an automatic stop after you enter a position. We have technology. When you get long a particular stock, you can set an exit, and if the price is hit, you'll automatically exit. There's a lot of platforms you can do that on as well. Empower another trader to help you exit when prices hit. Talk with another trader about what your stop's going to be for a trade. You can do this virtually. You can do this physically. And say, hey, remind me to get out of this damn thing if it hits a certain price. Visualization exercises can be very powerful. And so what you do is you visualize yourself taking your stops. On our blog post, type in visualization. There's a wonderful series that was written by Bruce Bauer on how to do these visualization exercises in detail. This is a very impactful strategy to overcome this issue. Develop a playbook so you see your business more clearly. When you develop your playbook, you're going to understand where your profits come from, particularly when you measure results. And you're going to notice what your playbook isn't. And you're not going to want to take trades outside your playbook. The second book was The Playbook. If you're not familiar with this concept, search Playbook on our blog or go check out my second book, The Playbook. Measure your results so danger is quantifiable. If you measure how much more you're losing when you're not adhering to your stops and you see that number, you're going to get sick. I was working with a trader who needed some help from me, very successful trader, and he turned a $5,000 loss into a $200,000 loss. And we talked about putting in some solutions to help him not do this in the future. This is a very large trader, by the way, so this is something that he can overcome even in the same month, but he'll get better at that. And then take scheduled breaks throughout the trading session. So sometimes we have trouble taking our stops because we're just not seeing markets from a fresh perspective. And guys do this a lot on the desk where they schedule periodic breaks so they can go recharge and then come back to be able to make better decisions.
Go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of our trading videos that we're producing for the trading community. If you want to learn 4 more real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple strategy that we teach all of our new traders and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click this link to sign up for free right now. You're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this webinar than from years of online education. From all of us at SMB, trade well.